the Macho Man Randy. No, it's just me. Just kidding. It's just me, JJ.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I remember he said, "Snap it to a Slim Jim."
When I think of I think of the Kool-Aid Man, which much resembles me.
Yeah.
He
was more like an yeah.
Oh yeah.
Macho Man was more of a
yeah.
Let me tell you something, Hogan. Yeah, he used to work out near my near where I live now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he used to work out in the gym, and everyone said he was like a complete asshole. What was his name? Randy Poffo.
Randy, yeah, that was his real name. Randy Savage was his stage name.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. All right. How are we, gentlemen? How are we doing? It's time to get the show started. Let's not fuck around. Let's do the right thing. Let's give these guys the show they've been waiting for, the show they deserve. I made a new avatar because everyone's making fun of my nose. Hope you guys like it. It's as real to life as you can get. I got the real background, a real black shirt, just a avatar head. So how much better can you get?
Anyway. I don't know, honestly.
All right. Well, let's see. What do we got going on here? Robert, why don't you start us off? What do we have on the wrist? Anything good? Anything juicy?
No, not really. I've had this on all weekend long. My Squale.
What size is that? It looks like a smaller one. It doesn't look huge.
It's a 40.
Oh, all right, good. That's
so it's not huge. Fits on the wrist really nicely.
Yeah,
I think it's a really good size.
Reminds me quite a bit of a no date sub, even though it has a date.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of what it's patterned after. The way they used to make this, they used to make it with the Mercedes hand, so it looked exactly like a sub, and with a Cyclops, so it looked a lot like the sub date. But when they came out with the newer version, which is what this is, they made it less homage-y.
Right. I actually like it much better without the Cyclops.
I do too, and I like it without the Mercedes hands because I don't need something that looks exactly like a sub. If I wanted that, I'd get a real sub homage or something. But
right.
But I really like it that they went back to their roots. They put their style hands on it, took off the Cyclops, so it's an actual Squale instead of a Rolex sub homage. I like it this way.
Roger that. Roger Dodger. And what about you, good sir? What do we have to wear today?
Since it is Sunday Fun Day, I have a splash of color. My Warrior Skipper.
Oh, yeah. Little Skipperoo. I like it. Very nice. How do you like that watch?
It's great. The only thing you have to get used to is that the chronograph clicks down every 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
First time I went to time something, like a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, and I just was reading it like each mark was a minute, and my tea was very weak. And then it dawned on me that each mark is just 30 seconds on this watch.
So you only got half the amount of time you thought you had, huh?
Yep. But hey, even I can learn.
Yes, even you. All right. And this gentleman, you can't really see, but I am, nothing fun. I'm just wearing a no date sub today. I tell you, I'm ready to retire and just have a one watch collection. What do you think? I think a no date sub will do it. A dab will do you.
It is kind of the perfect all around watch.
Yeah.
A sub or something like it,
Right. I could keep the Cartier Santos, right, as my backup dress earpiece. I always said that was a great 1-2 punch. All right, let's see. What do we got? Oh, before we run through the chat, I didn't mention it on the other show because I didn't think I didn't know if Curly wanted it to be news, but I've seen it on a few other streams. So our condolences to our good friend Curly.
Absolutely.
His mom had passed away. I'm sure that's never easy. I haven't gone through that myself, but I've been there with my dad, lots of aunts and uncles, grandparents, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So not very fun. So our thoughts and prayers are with our good friend Curly. Hope you're doing well. If you're out there, I'm sure you're taking a little time to, get your thoughts together. But we give
it's a
our
really
best.
tough loss.
Yes, indeed. Well, and you're welcome to come on anytime if you want to chat and feel a little get a little escape. If you're feeling like you need a little escape, the door is always open to you. But our thoughts and prayers are with you. Sucks when real life stuff happens, but anyway.
Yep.
Just wanted to let him know our thoughts are with him. All right. Let's see who's joining us today. Because it is Sunday. We're gonna have some fun. We got Raj G starting us off. My man Raj, member of the crew for over 3 years. What can I say? Raj is the man. He's been a dedicated member, always, in the chat, always involved. We love our Raj. He says, "Evening crew, as always, looking forward to catching the replay." I got to start getting some early shows in for our European friends. We got to start getting some early shows, but we will. Thank you, Raj. Appreciate the member chat. Oh, look at this. And he followed up with a very nice super chat. 20 pounds. I could lose 20 pounds. Diet starts Monday, Robert. Diet starts tomorrow.
Good luck.
Yeah. I say that every Sunday. Diet starts tomorrow.
And then what do you have tomorrow? Oh, that's pizza day. So
yes. Pizza Friday on Monday,
Yep.
That's how it goes. All right, let's see. What does Raj say here? He says, like some of the crew, leaning more towards precious metal over steel as the long-term goal. I like the heft. Have the Pikachu and the Star Wheel. Awesome two-piece right there.
Yeah, no joke.
Can't go wrong with that. Panel's thoughts on a Rose Sports option around $50K. Thinking of a 5261R, but it's a long shot. That's the Aqua 50K. There's no way. I mean, if you get a retail, but that watch is like 150 plus.
On secondary, yeah.
Oh, let me pull it up. Let's pull it up. Hold on.
I mean, my first thought, if you like a green dial, go for the VC green rose gold overseas.
Yeah, I was actually thinking to get the blue dial overseas, just the regular 3-hand, and Marco could get that for under.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let's share screen here, but I think you can get either one. Big Sal has that watch. It's great. Yeah, on the secondary, this watch is 160, 170. Probably, like I said, 150 plus. Let's see. Do they show? I mean, the watch is awesome. If you could get it at retail, fuck yeah, get this watch. It's awesome. The subdials are a little close together. We said they kind of look like boobs back when this came out, but I would definitely get this watch. This watch is awesome. I think is this I know it's 39.9. I was gonna say 40, but is this the one that's in the unisex section for the Aquanauts? I'm pretty sure it was. I could be wrong though.
Huh. That would I mean, being a semi-square watch, that would wear a little bit larger than a 39, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I guess. Well, 39.9. So yeah, but they were Patek small 40s. They kind of. But here's the dilemma: the price, even from the AD, is 69,000. By the time you pay tax, unless you meant 50,000 pounds.
Yeah, which would still be. You would still be under 68,000 with 50,000 pounds.
Right.
That's more like $63,000-ish. Right. 63, 64. So you'd still be over.
Yeah. I don't think this is going to be in that range. I'm going to be honest with you. Even if if you could stretch and pay that much, get it, because it's worth way more. But plus it's an awesome watch. Look at that. Very cool.
That's freaking gorgeous.
50,000. All right, let's see. We got a yellow gold Pikachu. We got a white gold Star Wheel. I get where he's going. Now he wants the rose gold in a Patek, right? So you have a Rolex, a AP, and a Patek. I get it. I just don't think this is it. What can he get? Anybody in the chat, let us know. What do you think he get in rose gold from Patek that's sporty? It's gonna be tough, man. I'm gonna be honest with you.
The problem is that Patek is not the optimum sports pool to be swimming in.
Right.
Yeah, because your choices are pretty limited.
Yeah.
When you're talking about Patek. I mean, you've got the Nautilus, which would be more, and the Aquanaut, which is more. Calatrava's a dress piece, obviously. The complete calendars and those kind of things, they're more. Plus, they're more dressy than sporty.
Yeah, I'm going to take you in another direction, Raj, only because I love you. I would do one of two things. I would get a rose gold olive dial day date on the secondary for like 40 US, or maybe go up to like 45-ish and get the overseas. You got a chronograph model. You got to kind of, strapped. I wouldn't say dressy. Star Wheel's kind of out there. I love that watch. Awesome watch. One of my favorites from AP besides the 16202, 15202. I would go with one of those too. And if you're staying at that budget, I would say that's the move, and that's the watch right in between, right? You don't have one on a bracelet, so I would definitely go one of those two to go on a bracelet. It'll be rose, it'll be on a bracelet, and it's kind of in between sporty and out there. It's kind of not super dressy, but a little, it's a little sporty, but not like super sporty. It's more universal. That's what I say.
Yeah, I would agree with both of those.
Also, you can go. I mean, if you could wear it, it's a little big, but you can go Sky Dweller if you want like a complication.
Yeah, that's what Yiddish was suggesting. But that is a larger watch. Of course, it's not any larger, is it, than the VC? Is it? Because aren't those both 42s, or is a VC 41?
VC's technically 41. I would say it wears a little smaller than the Sky Dweller.
Yeah.
I mean, the 1 mil difference, but I would say it wears decently smaller. The thing, if you really want to protect, you're not going to get a sports model and stay at 50,000. That's the issue. It's just not. You're going to have to choose either. Either you want to protect or you want a sports model. You're not going to get a sporty Patek at that, or you want to raise your price. It's like one of those things, right? You can only have 2 out of the 3. You can have it cheap, you can have it good, or you could have it, done right.
Well, you'd have to, it's a sort of radical, sell the Star Wheel and get an AP sports model and a Patek dressier model.
All right, let's run. Now we got some things coming in. All right. Vimal is giving a suggestion, a 7234 for him. All right, let's see. Let's pull one up. We'll pull up this rose gold. Hold on. This thing never lets you just switch screens. It's so annoying.
I know.
So annoying. Fix your shit, man. StreamYard. Is that my phone? Oh, it is. We're live on my phone. Oops. Oopsie daisy. All right. Let me get rid of that. Thank you. All right. So you got a travel time, travel time. I don't know if I would say this is very sporty either, but it is an option in that price range. This is an option, underwhelming option, but
yeah, I wish that they would have put the pushers as, the little case pushers instead of the actual pushers you can see.
Right. That's what I would do. Right. What's the difference? Carry a toothpick. Be resourceful if you're traveling.
Yeah, carry a toothpick.
And here's another option. The thing is, does he want another chronograph? I had the 5960. It's a cool watch. Wasn't my favorite. I'm gonna be honest. I liked it, but wasn't my favorite. Yeah, if you want a annual calendar chronograph, you could go with this for 50. Man, I don't know. I would go with a olive day date rose gold, or I would get the VC blue dial rose gold, or like Robert said, the green dial travel time. I don't know what those are going for. I don't really follow that market, but
yeah, I'm not sure either. But I think that at least at retail you can get them around 50-ish.
Right.
But yeah, I would do the blue dial overseas with rose gold's gorgeous,
Mhm.
gorgeous watch. And it's a 3-hander. What does that run, JJ? About 30?
No, in rose gold,
Yeah,
you're gonna be at least 45. I'm gonna say.
45. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're still under 50.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I would say you're gonna be between 45 and 50, somewhere in that range. A watch is not trading that. It's still trading right around retail, a little lower than retail.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just run through the chat real quick and see what we got here. Ryan Hofre, sorry to disappoint my man, the captain, but I have a prior engagement tonight. Can't come on. Have a great stream, boys. I don't know what kind of deal they had worked out, but neither Ryan nor the cap are here. So,
Oh, what the hell?
yeah. Maybe they're going to meet up in a back alley somewhere. Who knows?
Uh-oh.
We have a super chat. $2. Ryan Hofre. Thank you, Ryan. He says, R.I.P. Curly's mom. Shout out to Madman, and I will catch the real. Damn, he squeezed a lot in this $2 here.
Yep.
Yeah, he shorthanded this. Shorthand. He didn't even put spaces in between the avatars.
No.
Had to squeeze those 50 words in there, 50 characters. But yes, indeed. Rest in peace, Curly's mom, of course. Shout out to the Madman, and he will catch the replay. Sounds good. Thank you for the updates. Appreciate you, Ryan. And of course, we have the one and only Robert Wood, $2 super chat. Happy Sunday, fun day. Thank you, Robert. Appreciate you.
Welcome.
The link is pinned if anyone would like to come join us. I think Marco said he might pop on tonight. Let's see if we could catfish him on with a little.
That'd be good.
Yeah, let's get him out here. Roger's looking for a watch, Marco. Let's make it happen. Let's help the man out. Hop on. What else? We got the link to the StogieSampler.com. Please make sure you check out our friend Steve over at StogieSampler.com. He is our friend. He is a member of the crew, fellow watch enthusiast, and he also has some awesome cigars. Check out his website right here. We like to show Steve a little love. He is a fellow watch collector, and he is sponsoring the show. So shout out to Steve.
And I say it every week. Customer service second to none.
Yep.
You cannot do better than this guy.
Yep. No, he does take his business very serious. So
yep.
Shout out to Steve. We got a $2 super chat from Mossy. He says, "Let's go. Happy Sunday, I think. Have Sunday."
Well, we've all had Sunday all day.
Yeah. Have a Sunday. Well, yeah, maybe it means an ice cream. Maybe it was SUNDAE, maybe. I'm gonna think he says, I'm gonna go with happy Sunday, gents. Happy Sunday.
Yep.
Happy Sunday to you, Mossy. Don't worry about the retraction. I got you covered, buddy. I got you covered. Let's see what else we got going on. We got Brian in the house. Good to see Brian looking dapper over at LTL Media. Hopefully you guys are following Brian. Friend of the show, friend of mine, friend of ours, however you want to say it. I don't know if he's giving us is this a macho man or is this a Kool-Aid man?
I think it's probably macho man. That's my guess.
Yeah. And we got AB, member of the crew. He says, evidently Macho Man was a hell of a baseball player. Yeah, I can see that. He's very athletic. Yeah, he was definitely given one because he followed up with, he was a professional baseball player and a pretty damn good one. So, oh yeah, we got Caliber YQG in the house. We have John D in the house. Welcome, fellas. Got my man Jay Giddy in the house. We got member of the crew Trap Vision in the house. Good to see Trap. He says, greetings and salutations. Let's see if Amal's making fun of me. What is he saying? Wow, AI JJ got some work done in South Korea. What did I do there? The teeth? Is that the teeth? Hey, man, I got a great smile. LV says, JJ, the only Neo vintage you need is a 16710. Oh man, no. You need a 1675. You got to get the birth year. I'm an old fucker. Yeah, 4-digit. I'm a 4-digit reference. I'm not a 5-digit reference. I can only wish.
Well, at this point in my life, I think I'm a 1-digit reference.
Yiddish says, so glad you are still loving the Santos Dumont. Yes, it's still hanging in there, hanging tough in the collection. I always wanted that watch. That was one I was looking for a while. Big thanks to Yiddish for hooking me up with an excellent price.
Yeah.
Good watch indeed. We got Turtle Knight. Upvote time. It's time to upvote. We got to give him a Mike the Snake. Hey, let's see. Where I don't even know what that is anymore. I think I lost that one. I think Mike revoked the rights. I can't use it anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah, I think it's gone. I don't know where that one.
I can look for you.
Oh, here it is. I got it.
Hey everybody. It's time to upvote. Woo! Look, I can even do it. Watch. There. It was that easy. All I needed to do is to upvote. That's all you need to do. It doesn't even take a wiggle of your finger or even just a wiggle of one of my teeth here to upvote. Just do it.
Just do it. I think Nike sued him after he said that. I'm going to be honest with you, but I don't know. What do I know? Let's see. What else we got going on here? We got Mikey in the house. He says those are 100% boobs. Yes, indeed. Thomas Broadbent joining us. Mikey every day reminds me that I'm poor and I can't afford a 5712. Thank you, Mikey.
Yeah, well.
Appreciate that. Listen, keep sending those super chats. Maybe one day, it'll happen. You never know. We got Jen G representing the female quota. Thank you. Good to see Jen. She's saying there's a two-tone cubitus on Icebox for 61,000. They could keep that there. We don't want it.
Yepper.
50K, you could get an AP Royal Oak rose gold on a strap. That is true, but he already has one. He wants a Patek. He has the Star Wheel. He wants to complete the trio, Rolex, AP, Patek. I agree, Jay Giddy. I would get the olive gold day-date. People will love this watch, but still hate the what on the SMP. Still hate on the
escape.
Helium escape valve on the Seamaster Professional.
Oh, so I think he was talking about the 7432 with those Frankenstein thing. I hate both. I hate both. Sorry, I don't like any. They remind me of Archie's horns. I just can't. I can't like them. Sorry. Gross. I want to scrub them off when I see them. Rose gold, Vacheron Blue Dial, 4520 retails for 63. Prior generation 45, which is a great. Gen 3 you can get for 45 to 48. Yeah, that's what I said. About 48 to 50, right? That's what I said.
Yeah.
We got Kelso in the house. Hey, boo. Good to see Kelso. Let's see. What else? Oh, Lucky Bastard saying he gravitates towards vintage, but he wears modern often. We're going to get into that as soon as I could get through all these damn chats. They're piling up. We are almost towards the end, though.
Yep.
I always got to catch up. It always takes me about 20 minutes to catch up. It's just how it goes. Brian, the pipe. He says, happy Sunday fun day, all. I just want to talk about Onyx Dial day-date watches. Well, you're in luck because I'm going to be talking about them. And I'm sure,
good Lord.
I'm sure you want to hear about them. Nobody wants to hear about that anymore. Oh, man. Yeah, Julius, I got it. Yeah, I got you. I figured that. The travel time. Yeah, I don't like either. I don't like either of that. I don't like anything that sticks out. I don't want anything that represents a horn. We got a $2 super chat from Mitch. He says there's nothing left to say. All right, everyone, show's over. Thanks for joining us.
Good night, everybody.
We'll catch you guys on Tuesday where Robert will be talking about Squale. Just kidding. Let's see. And we got a member chat from our good friend Bubba Hotep. Good to see Bubba in the house. Bubba, hope you're feeling well, my friend. I'm sure you are. In honor of National Go Barefoot Day and National Olive Day, I'm watching the show in bed naked and only wearing my olive day-date.
Well, that's just not a picture I wanted to even see in my head.
A little like TMI there.
I want to know in his bedroom what animal like heads and stuff are in there. He definitely has to have like a lion head over his bed or something like that.
Probably.
I'm curious to know. The world wants to know. All right, we are caught up. Thank you, Bubba. Appreciate it. Thank you, everyone. Whew. What are we going to talk about? Are we going to talk about the truth, or are we going to make up bullshit? The world wants to know: vintage or modern? What do you guys think?
Well, I mean, I normally gravitate towards modern.
Mm-hmm.
But
real quick, before we get into this, speaking of vintage, I almost bought a Breitling Aerospace titanium 40 mil.
Oh, that's a good one.
The bid now is up to $1,256 on eBay. I don't know if I can want to continue bidding on this thing. It don't have a bracelet. There's one. One with a bracelet that I'm wanting. First of all, comments. What do we do? Do we want a Breitling Aerospace from the late 90s, a 40 mil? Anybody?
I mean, I think they're cool watches, but I wouldn't get it without a bracelet.
Yeah, it's got to have that bracelet, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the bracelet's fantastic on that thing, but yeah, just getting the watch head, no.
Yeah, I'm just curious because now it's up to $1,256, but you can buy one. I mean, I see some here for $15. I actually like the newer version where the numbers are loomed.
Yeah,
I don't like the dial. The dial is much better on the older one because it just says Breitling Aerospace in white. Now they say Breitling repetition minutes or something like that in gold. But the loom numbers just are so much better. Anyway, yeah, they have them for like $1,750 with the bracelet. I personally would rather pay like $1,500.
Yeah,
but this one's already at $1,256 with no bracelet.
No, I mean, if you really want something like that, I would shoot an offer of whatever the max to pay. I would send an offer to somebody who's selling it now and see if they go for it or they counter.
Yeah, the one I'm following doesn't have a one guy made it $1,300, and then when I went to click like to make him an offer, I was like, oh, let me offer $1,000, see what he does, and when I clicked, it was $1,800. Like they do that move so you get the offers and everybody clicks it and then sees what it is. Anyway, yeah, it's quartz. Yes, it's a shitter. I know, but I don't know. I've just been looking at them. They look so much smaller than the modern 43s. I think they're nicer. That's one example of a neo vintage and like or is that vintage 90s? I don't know. Have things changed?
It's hard for me to say, but it's probably.
I always say 90s and neo vintage.
Yeah, you're probably right.
I say like to me 50s, 70s, those are vintage.
I think even 80s now are vintage.
Right. I feel like 50 years.
Yeah.
That's vintage, right?
Yeah.
Or antique. Because I know in cars it's like 25 years and then 50 years between vintage and antique. But bro, the emergencies are like $12,000. There's no way I'm spending, and they're 50.
Oh, hell no. I would never buy a new one. No.
All right, let's see. We got a super chat here from our friend Brody. Good to see Brody. $5 super chat. He says, JJ, why do you want a watch with a booger wipe across the dial? I don't believe it looks like a booger wipe. I have to say, I think it's very cute. I like it. Do I got to pull a picture? No, I'm not going to pull a picture.
Oh, Lord, another one? You should just make that watch your avatar, honestly.
I don't even own it.
I know. Just pull a picture up.
Yeah.
Make it your avatar. Yeah.
All right. So you want to know what happened? You want to hear the scoop?
Let's hear.
Let's roll.
All right. So I basically shop. I mean, it's no secret. They both know. I basically shop at two different ADs. They have different brands. So, I mean, they both have Tudor and Rolex, but one has Omega, one doesn't. One has whatever. They have different stuff. So we get a $2 super chat from AB. He says, Brody, it's not funny. That reminds me of, what was that movie? Was it Little Monsters? When he drinks He picks his nose and he eats it, and he's drinking the thing. And he goes, "Oh, I thought it was good, but it's not."
Oh God.
Oh,
that's
was that Little Monsters with Fred Savage, or was that that movie with the Fred, Drop Dead Fred? I think it was Drop Dead Fred.
Yeah,
Drop Dead Fred. Yeah, that's when he looks up her skirt. And he goes, "Oh, cobwebs." Yeah, that's right. That's Drop Dead Fred. Anyway, so I told you guys last time. I'm not going to drone on about this because nobody gives a fuck. But I asked the AD I shop at a lot. He gets me a lot of good stuff. I said, "Is this watch really hard to get?" He's like, "I haven't even seen one." So I said, "All right, there goes that." You know. So I don't even bother asking the other place because I just got a watch from them recently. The other day I'm passing. It's like the second time I passed. I just, whatever. I was randomly passing by. I said, "You know what? Let me just ask." It's like the second time. Something just tells you. Oh, it was Little Monsters. It was Fred Savage and Howie Mandel. Yes. No, I'm talking about Drop Dead Fred. That's when right? I think that's the one when or is it Little Monsters when he's eating in the fridge? I don't know. I can't remember. One of those two. I thought it was good, but it's not. I don't know. So anyway, I'm like, let me just fucking ask. Let me just. It's more money if you buy it retail. By the time you pay tax and everything, you're talking like, I don't know, 58, 59, probably something like that. But for 1,002 more, it's brand new. Yeah, it is Drop Dead Fred. Gotcha. All right. I said, maybe the dial's nice. So I said, let me ask. So I asked. I said, is this watch super hard to get? He goes, oh, I don't know if we still have one. We just got one a couple weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago. I'm like, fuck. Why didn't I ask 2 weeks ago? So basically, in other words, at the end of it all, he's going to let me know tomorrow. First it was Friday, now it's tomorrow. So I guess they're waiting to see if the person who wanted it is going to ever answer them.
Going to get it, yeah.
Yeah. So that's where we're at. But I said I want to see what it looks like. Don't commit. I'm not committing until I see it because stone is tough. They're all, some are good, some are bad. I said, so don't even ask for me. Like, let me see it first. Just send me a picture. If even if the other guy takes it, whatever, I get it. So that's where I'm at. But the other one is still on the table. I don't know.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't just bring it out and show it to you at least while you were there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Jay Giddy says, I sent the first watch I bought over 25 years ago in for service. Breitling headwind, still waiting to get it back.
Oh, no.
I had a Breitling crosswind. That was my first watch over 25 years ago, too. That's so funny. Me and Jay Giddy bought pretty much the same watch at the same time. Everybody was buying those Breitlings back then. That was the cool thing to do, man. I had the crosswind. I sold mine on eBay for more than I paid for it. When watches were like super hype, like during COVID, I think I sold it for like $3,800. I think I only paid like not even $2,000 for it when I bought it. Pretty good deal, huh? You got to wear it for 20-something years and sell it for double. Not bad.
Yep, no joke.
Even if you adjust for inflation, I still don't think I did too bad.
Nope.
Famal says, JJ, you think it might be at a different AD? Sometimes ADs do. Nah, I don't think he'd go that out of his way for me. I think they had one, and I think he's fighting to try to get it for me. But he has to ask, obviously, the owner of the store. That piece, has to go through the owner first. But I think someone, he had it in mind for someone already. So I think they gave him like to the weekend to decide. But I said before you even think about me, I just want to see what it looks like because I might turn it down myself, if it's not nice looking. Hi, Jen.
Howdy. I wanted to jump in because the reason why they didn't bring it out is because JJ probably would have snapped it out of his hand and ran, and they knew it.
Yeah.
So they're like, no.
Yeah, he knows I'm pretty persuasive. If it came out, it probably, and I wanted it.
Yeah, you would have walked out with it somehow. Yeah.
It probably wasn't going back. The credit card was probably going on the counter, and that was the choice.
You would have said, it's not my problem. It's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is permission.
No, these guys are good. I like both of them. Both of the two people I shot with, they're great. They're really good to me, so I can't complain. Even though I did have a dry spell, I don't know if you remember, like years back I did like a show or two saying I've been banned from my ADs from talking to TPG. I'm telling you, they didn't sell me a watch for like 2 years. I had to wait for like 2 years for that to go away.
Oh,
Maybe
God.
more. Yeah, I had like a 2 or 3 year hiatus with no watches. I think it was like 2.5 years.
You had TPG. You should go see the doctor about that.
Yeah, they said you got TPG. We can't sell you any watches. It was bad. It was bad. But yeah, so that's the story. Yeah, what made me think of the topic of tonight though was I don't know who sent Cap that watch from Tropic. Do you remember the link that was in the chat? Does anyone have that?
I remember the link, but I can't remember who sent it. I can see if I can find it.
The double red,
Yeah, that really got me thinking. I mean, you know, I don't want to tell Cap how to spend his money. I don't want to be GMT, but that watch was awesome. That was really cool looking. And I was like, wow, you know what? Might be fun to start collecting vintage and neo vintage pieces. You could get them for a pretty good price right now.
No, it was our friend Mobster that sent that over to him.
Yes, that's right. It was Mobster. That is correct. Do we have that link? Is there any way to drop it in here? I'll pull it up. I just need.
I'll go get it for you.
Thanks, appreciate it. If you can.
Yeah.
If it's not too much trouble.
No. I just have to find it again.
I mean, I think he's serious about getting a double red. It's just a matter of time. I think he's trying to be strategic about it.
He's very cold and calculated, Cap. He's not like me. I'm an emotional buyer.
He's particular.
Oh, here he goes. That watch is $30K.
It's $30K.
Oh, is it not worth $30K? I don't know what the market is for that watch. I don't.
You're a baller, Cap. Come on. That's nothing for you.
It's in the private chat for you, JJ.
Got it. Why is this not working?
Oh, but you're not here. Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
We see you.
Oh, shit. This keeps happening. I don't know what's going on.
Is it not coming up for you?
No, it comes up, but my mouse won't work. Like now I'm in the private chat and I can't get to the comment section.
Oh, for God's sake.
This is a glitch that keeps happening with because my mouse works everywhere else. It's not my mouse. It's just the screen for StreamYard. Oh, shit. Now we're screwed.
Sounds like a user error to me.
No, it's only happening. Like right now, I'm clicking on different pages and the button works fine on the mouse. But when I'm on the StreamYard page, it's not working. Like I'm clicking comments. I'm trying to get.
Do you have permissions? Do you have some permissions or something settings turned off on it for some reason?
I don't know how to do any of that. Maybe I've been sabotaged. Let me see if I can open this.
Yeah, Cap, I'm with you. I liked the subdial one. That was a pretty nice piece. And I know you've been trying to like find out more about subdial. I mean, from what I've heard, I haven't heard anything bad about them. And I mean, they seem to be fairly serious because I mean, he's got what 20 or 30 watches that he lays out every week and goes through. So I would find it hard to believe that they would be able to pull that kind of product if they weren't serious. And they're actually putting in a storefront too, from what I know of.
Can you drop that link one more time? Because I went in and out, so it's gone.
Yeah, or why don't I just bring it up for you?
Oh, you could do that. That would be even better.
Yeah, that would be even better. Let me.
We just like to watch you struggle, JJ.
Why don't you just tell me the name of the movie you'd like to see? I've been on
JJ, turn on your camera. We want to see the agony on your face as you try to pull it up.
I'm smiling, baby.
Yeah. Oh, this is so good.
Yeah, this is really a prime example, man. I mean,
bring up the larger picture there.
Cap,
look at those creamy looms.
25 grand, Cap.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is awesome. I got to be honest. I've been thinking about buying this out from under Cap. Just to rub it in his face.
Feet first.
Would that be worth the price to say, Cap, check it out? Hello, Brian.
I just wanted to be here because Jen was here.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Brian.
Compliments will get you everywhere, Brian.
That's how I listen. With a nose this big, when you brown nose it, boy, they know.
That was very graphic.
At least I'm not naked in bed wearing an olive gold, an olive green dial.
No, you're wearing your two-tone Nautilus. Don't act like you're too cool for school over there.
No, I actually have I have no Patek Philippe's in the house right now.
Oh,
Why are they all in the bank?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all went to the bank.
You banished them to the bank.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a super chat here from Vimal, $2. He says, VC Neo Vintage are amazing watches at great deals.
This is true.
I think
people sleep on VC, man. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, for sure. They you could get especially now the gold is so expensive, they definitely went up a bit, but they're still good deals.
Oh yeah.
Like
for the craftsmanship and the complications, come on.
Even I was looking at 1675s. They're not that expensive. Like you could pick one up for 10 grand, and I think to myself, would you rather have a birth year, Pepsi, or would you rather have something like a first Omega in space, wannabe Neo Vintage? It's I don't know. To me, I'd probably rather have the 1675. Hi, Cap.
Yeah. Wait, Cap, I thought you weren't here.
What are you doing? Sawing wood?
I'm not.
Astral projection.
How many chucks does a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
A woodchuck could chuck 2 chucks of wood if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
Chuck.
And of course, the eternal question of how many pickled peppers could Peter Piper pick?
Okay.
1.21 times the square root of r minus pi squared.
The integral of that between 0 and infinity.
I like
Yes.
pi.
Brian.
I can
only respect Brian.
I respect you, Brian. So Max says,
you guys do know that wasn't me he was ever talking about.
yeah, that's Brian
Yeah,
from
we do.
LTL Media. We know.
Yeah, he does
No,
respect me, but not that way.
Yeah.
It sounds better because LTL Brian went off and was doing true crime, and you're still here.
I am a crime.
Brian was on that panel that day when we were all yelling at
was?
Marcelo. Yeah,
Which
he was
Brian?
with us.
Not me. The other one.
Not you. Yeah, the other Brian.
The right one.
LTL
Ooh.
Brian.
Brian. Which Brian?
Brian. I am hanging on to my 1963 Datejust 1601 like an eagle with talons.
Nice.
That's good. Why not? So, Cap, what are we doing? We buying this or what? Come on, let's spend some of your money.
No.
Well,
We
Now
lost
that
you,
I
Cap.
know what's possible, so I have the book. All right, I'm going to go camera on. I don't know how long this is going to last, but
Oh god.
okay.
I got the book in front of me.
Ooh,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
This is the gospel according to Nick Fultz. All right,
Brian,
so
Robert, can you switch you? There you go. Never mind. I got
Yeah, I was going to do
All
that.
right,
Just
so-
a second.
my mouse isn't working good. Sorry, Cap. Go ahead. Continue. Cap.
reference Sea Dweller 1665. Launch year was 1967, and they made in total. And then I'm going to get into dive a little deeper. In total,
Dive
22,000.
a little deeper.
Exact 22,038 pieces. Your Honor, I rest my case.
Wait, say that one more time. Say that again. 22. What was 22,000 pieces?
22,038. Now, the double red was only for a few, I think it only was for a few years of that release. And then they went to the great white for a large majority of that 22,000. Now, I think there might be 4 different versions, of course. Mark 1, 2, 3 of the double red. Don't ask me. One video, the guy went into the nuances of the 4 different marks. May never have made it to commercial production. Okay. Anyway, the bottom line is it's limited because how many are even remaining from the initial double reds? Yeah. And it's a lot of money, but if you compare it to the Submariner, and if you try to go back and get the first model of the Submariner, you're going to be paying, I don't even know, maybe $100. So my thinking is you go at the Sea Dweller and try to get the first iteration of the Sea Dweller.
Yeah, why not?
But here's the thing, JJ, that one on Subdial has ruined it for me because it had a ghost bezel.
Yeah.
And the one you just showed that Mobster was kind enough to drop in the link, apparently it doesn't look blue to me, but they say it patinaed to maybe a dark blue.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. Cap, you're cutting in and out a little bit, just so you know. You're like freezing.
Yeah, I know. The internet's been real shitty.
Oh, it's fine. I'm just letting you know.
Oh, you know why? Whoa. Oh shit.
Camera?
No. It's
You left Pornhub open? Yeah. DC Chris with a $5 super chat. Thank you, DC Chris. Appreciate it. Gives us a thumbs up. DC Chris always supporting the show. Greatly appreciated, my friend. Cap, did you fix your technical difficulties?
I think he's in the process.
You need to put another power probe into the potato running your internet.
Hey, JJ.
Yes, sir.
At Cap's age, Pornhub is called reruns of Golden Girls.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Doris, Blanche, what are we going for? Rose?
Rose. There you go. Farm
Dorothy.
Girl.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. And you're frozen again.
Yeah.
We got Bubba Hotep with a $5 super chat. It says Cap is saving for his vintage Rolex by stealing the neighbor's Wi-Fi connection.
Yep.
He's got the extension cord running across the driveway.
I have the aluminum foil on the rabbit ears for the TV. I think I finally got it. You got to give it like 5-10 minutes to warm up, and then it's good.
Thanks, Bubba. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta. So, Cap, you don't like you now. Thomas is saying it doesn't look like an original bezel. Is this website trustworthy?
Which one?
What is this? Tropic?
I don't know. I think it is. I've heard of. I haven't ever looked at it, but this is what Tropic Dial.
No,
I don't know what this is.
What is it?
Tropicalwatch.com.
Tropical Watch, yeah.
Tropical Watch. I'm not vouching for anybody in this.
Sounds like some bullshit to me.
I think everyone's fugazi until fucking proven otherwise. But
this is Buckley's side gig.
Listen, unless I got Perescope to certify it and fucking sign an authenticity, I don't know if anything's real.
You got to get him on the job. Now, here's the other one you were talking about from Subdial. This one looks all fucking beat up, Cap. This one's smashed up to shit. The pearl up top is beat up. At the 12 o'clock, you got some deep scratches in the bezel. The bezel insert got some spotting. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I see the spotting, but you're talking about 19. If this is actually the original bezel and it's the ghost bezel, it ghosted from the original. What do you expect? I wouldn't kill it for that, right? I would expect it, that this has been polished, one if not several times. All of these, what do you expect someone to put? If you want new old stock, you're paying $75,000, $100,000, right? You want a brand new one that nobody ever wore. I mean, that's who does that?
This is why I go modern.
I love this watch with a ghost bezel, though.
Me too.
I like the ghost bezel. I just think this one is a beat up example.
It's
But I get
hard.
what Cap's saying. It's old. You know, a lot of them are going to be beat up. These were tool
Yeah.
watches. People wore them back then.
Yeah.
They beat them up.
Well, and that's why it's ghosted, you know? I don't think you can get a ghost without really putting the time in on it.
Unless they, well, there's other ways to ghost a bezel, but, you know.
Bake it
Could
in
be-
the oven.
It's baked. It's fucking.
I just look at my bezel, tell it I love it, and then put it in a drawer and not talk to it for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, hey,
It kind of,
you don't answer any email that the bezel sends you.
Yeah, right. You ghosted.
Nah.
But it's got the creamy looms.
Creamy Looms. Where is Creamy Looms? Oh, good buddy. I don't know. It's cool. It's cool.
well, listen, JJ, we showed this watch, both of them so long and for so many, you know, in different groups. I'd be shocked if both of those aren't gone.
Yeah, that's true.
Gone like Cap's internet.
It's not. Chaumet, buy the Chaumet. That's going to be around.
She's like the wind. Let's see if I can find a 1675 on here. 1675. Nope, none of those work. Okay, 6.
I got a mono pussier, as you say, Cap.
No, they don't have. What about the Steve McQueen's, Cap? Would you go with the Explorer 2, 1655? Would you go with one of these bad boys?
Big money.
I don't really love these. I got to be honest.
it's big money, and that bezel's really beat up looking.
I'd rather buy a red sub for that money.
See, now this is what I'm thinking. This is right up my alley. But you can get these for like 10 grand. This one's a little fucking beat up too. What do you think? I don't know if this
thought
would be
you
good.
had
I
a
don't know if this
Pepsi.
is my aesthetic though.
So don't worry about on a vintage piece. If you're gonna wear it, don't worry about it being beat up already. Take the discount, beat it up, wear it. Otherwise, spend the money and get a museum piece and don't frickin' wear it because you're too afraid to.
No, I just don't want it to look like a piece of junk around my wrist. I want it to look nice while I wear it. Now the issue is, because there's always an issue, these you can never find with box and papers. Like I never find these with box and papers at a decent price. They're always way more expensive. Squale.
I know somebody who.
That's right.
Today, and the guy wanted 32,000 for box papers. I told
32.
him don't touch it. I said that's absurd.
Yeah, no joke.
Buy a 5-digit, get a minty one, and pay about, I don't know, 12,000 for a Pepsi 16710, 12, maybe 15. I don't know what they are, 14.
I would get one of these without box and papers. And just fuck it. Like,
Yeah, I mean, a box is kind of meaningless. Papers, I mean, are good to have, but they can fake papers too.
The thing is, like, papers are only good up to a certain point, right? It's like if I got to pay an extra $10,000 for papers, I'd rather just not have papers. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, this one looks a little frankened up. I agree. But I do like the 1675. We got a super chat from Liberty Spot. My paisan Liberty Spot, $5. He says, in my old neighborhood, if somebody ghosted you, that was it. What is that? I don't know what the emoji is there.
I think he's saying really ghosted, as in making you a ghost.
Oh, like you took a dirt nap?
Yeah, that's it.
Somebody got whacked.
Yeah. He's gone, and there's nothing we can do about it.
As in a 1-8-2-3-8 soprano.
Mhm.
Oh man.
I think Don JJ needs a Tony Soprano watch.
See, really, you know what the baller move is to have the modern and the vintage. You don't need to make a choice. I have both.
Well, this is true.
Right? You know, get the Pepsi, get the vintage, get the neo vintage, get the modern.
You got it all, Pat.
Cover it all. And then you could do a bezel swap and have a Coke and a Pepsi.
See, the problem is this is my plans of going all precious metal.
Yeah, I mean, if that's also an idea.
Be right back. 1 second.
Yep.
More expensive, and then you got heavier watches.
I think if he went white gold, I think he'd be afraid to wear it all the time like he wants to.
What, the white gold?
Yeah, if he switched to a white gold daily, I don't think he would want to do that. Like, he wears his sub because it's not white gold or precious metal to beat up on, you know?
Oh, yeah,
that's what he's going for.
Yeah, if that's yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to buy another white gold Pepsi.
Yeah, and I mean, he's already got the ultimate Pepsi as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I like the much unloved modern Pepsi with the white gold with the black dial that nobody likes. Not that they don't like it, but they wouldn't pay for it.
But I mean, you know, if you wanted to get a vintage like this, obviously this one needs a new crystal and some other stuff to make it look decent. But I mean, it would make a nice, if you want a daily beater kind of Pepsi, this is, I think, would be nice. Wouldn't be bad at all. The bezel looks a little scratched up on that, but you know, you're going to scratch it even more if it's your daily. So
yeah,
that shouldn't bother you. But yeah, the crystal looks like it needs replace. Either that or it's just the Cyclops needs replacing, one or the other, because I can see some scratches on that.
So in the description, though, what do they say? Because if they don't say a scratched crystal, I would assume a clean crystal.
Yeah, maybe it's just the way the light's hitting it, but and I'm not controlling this web page. It's on JJ's computer, so I can't switch back and forth or look at it. Yeah. But there we go. JJ's back.
Yes.
But in the larger picture, it looked to me like there were some scratches around the Cyclops, but I may be wrong. See, even in that picture, look around the Cyclops on there.
Yeah,
it looks like scratches to me.
Yeah, could be.
It does look scratched. And I do wear the Meteorite Pepsi, just to go back to what Jen was saying, because I did hear you guys. I mean, I wore my day date all the time, like almost every day. I had that. I mean, I was carrying tailpipes for my Mustang with a Daytona on, and I scratched the bezel at that time. I mean, the clasp at that time. So I definitely wear them. I didn't have a no date sub back then. Now I just find it's like the perfect daily. It's like a tank to me. It's like this watch is not worth getting to daily. Like, I would get this just as like a sentimental piece, really.
Okay.
But I would wear the precious metal. Fuck it. I was gonna trade Marco a couple of watches to get the Cookie Monster and daily that, but everyone talked me out of it and said no, keep the no date as your daily.
But the cookie isn't the same as a Pepsi, though.
Well, I have the Pepsi already.
I know, but like it's not the same. So I could see.
No, of course not. That's why it would be my beater.
Yeah.
I wouldn't daily the Meteorite. I would never daily it.
Oh no.
It's just not. It's too nice. It's too special to daily.
Wait, JJ. So you're saying the cookie is your beater?
Yeah.
That's a nice beater. I don't think we could use the term beater for a $30,000.
I know, right?
Brand new
GMT.
I could do whatever I want.
No, you could use it as a beater, but I just don't want to call the watch a beater.
JJ's got it like
not
that.
a beater, a daily.
A daily.
Okay. To just clarify, I don't beat up any of my watches. If I'm going to do something that is going to get fucked up, I take it off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about when I say beater, I mean something I don't care if I go to ShopRite and buy groceries with, and unload the bags, or go to Target. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not talking about like I'm not like building a motor or something with it on.
Yeah.
Building a pool. I'm talking about like, not that I build pools, but you know what I mean. Whatever.
He's tuning up Mom's Lincoln.
Yeah, like,
That's right.
It's out. JJ's Pool Co. is
Yeah.
You must be busy as summer's approaching, man. There's a lot of pools being built.
Yeah,
I'm thinking if you're wearing a solid gold watch, you're not going to ShopRite. You might be going to Whole Foods, but not ShopRite.
I'm just amazed at the multi-talent of JJ, delivering pizzas, building pools. Good God.
I could do
what
it
else
all,
do
man.
you do? You picking up trash? I mean, good
He
God.
can't talk about that. He's under NDA.
Okay.
You should see what I do at night.
Oh, I'm not sure I want to know, but
Well, and that's all from his mother's basement too.
I know, right?
pretty damn impressive.
Inquiring minds want to know where the acceptable dividing line is to wearing a gold watch, Costco or Target.
Costco's good.
There's a lot of women in Target, man. Costco, I don't know. It's kind of more business there.
Would you say it's a target-rich environment?
It is a target-rich environment.
Oh.
Brian.
Really?
But like, seriously, if I'm doing like, even if I like, let's say I go to the range, right? I'm going like, I'm wearing a G-Shock. If I wear it.
Yeah. I golf. When you said range, my mind went to golf range.
Yeah, that's fine. I didn't specify the type of range.
Yeah. But yeah, G-Shock would be, I'd wear at the range, whichever range you want to go to. Home on the range, I would wear a G-Shock or that's where my moon swatches shine, man. They get a lot of wear.
I haven't taken my moon swatch out of the box in like a year. It's really sad.
Which one do you have? Oh, you got the Snoopy, right? And then
I sold that. I sold all of them. I only have the original one.
Okay.
Just as a memento. I don't wear them. I have like 30 watches in a box that I just never wear. It's actually in 3 boxes that are just taking up fucking room.
Jesus.
I can't take it no more. I just can't take it no more.
Can't take it. I want to get rid of a bunch of those in the shitter box, for lack of a better word. Just I'm not wearing anything I'm not wearing, but I wear the moon swatches. I wear all 3 of mine. I kind of rotate them.
You want a mission to the moon?
No, I don't want another one for sure, but
I was going to give it to you.
I'll take it.
and don't you
You
wear
know me, man. I don't turn down any free shit that people want to give. I will. Well, it depends. I guess. Wait, there is a caveat. Depends what they're going to give me, but
nothing in this world is free, Cap. Everything comes with a favor.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, oh, can I ask you a million questions now? No. Look at Vimal, Norcane. Yeah, the wild one. Yep, survives everything. The rain. Yep. That would be the one. If I got an Norcane, I would get rid of a lot of other watches that I don't use. All the quartz may go.
You got to keep one quartz.
Yeah, you kind of do. But that would be the
G-Shock.
that would be the G-Shock, the titanium G.
Yeah, that's what I've learned. You got to keep one G-Shock. All right, we got another super chat here from Liberty Spot. He's keeping the lights on. Thank you, Liberty Spot. $5 super chat. Whatever you do, JJ, don't do it in shorts. So Don doesn't wear shorts. Man, what if you're the Don of Florida? You're fucked.
Yeah.
Linen.
I just bought a bunch of linen pants. It's funny you say a bunch of linen shorts. I love shorts. I only wear shorts. I'm very weird. I only wear shorts. It has to be Memorial Day to Labor Day. Not a minute before, not a minute after. That's the only time it's acceptable, unless I'm in Florida. Then you can wear it all the time.
Well, here in Texas, it's acceptable about 10 months of the year.
Yeah, if it's over 80, it's acceptable.
Yeah, that's 10 months of the year.
Then there's the old white shoes after Labor Day.
Oh,
yeah,
hey.
Mikey.
I know women, white pants. What, Mikey? What?
He wrote that he's driven heavy equipment, excavators, forklifts. There we go, skid steers, and shot firearms wearing his sub and tutor.
But Mike's a real man.
So you're saying you're not?
Right. Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Gotcha. Just
No,
wanted to make sure I understood. You know,
I think a sub and a tutor, I think that's appropriate. Well, I don't know about driving heavy equipment because I don't drive heavy equipment. The firearms, you do have some shock, but I don't think it's as much as, let's say, a Rafael Nadal forehand, you know, where you're going to fike around with the rotor. Now, someone mentioned to me, hey, you possibly could wear the Omega because a manual one doesn't have the rotor to get this, you know, screwed up. But it's still, the shock still would concern me with any mechanical watch, unless it was designed for that purpose. So, but I kind of was thinking about that in terms of like a moon watch, a Speedy without the rotor.
Yeah. It's quite possible.
Right? You have less parts to damage, not to say that anyone should try this at home. But maybe have a better shot.
All right, so we got a super chat here from your friend Mikey. He says, get the day date, JJ. All right, we got +1 for the day date. I like the way he thinks. I need a day. I'm getting a day date at some point. I need to have a day date back. You know what's funny? Prophet messages me every couple of days. You need to get a date.
I tell you every day that you need to buy the day date.
Did Prophet weigh in, by the way, on your Onyx? I've been meaning to ask.
He said, I don't give a shit what day date you get. Just get a day date.
Right. That's the right
his answer.
He doesn't want. We all don't want to be, going through this.
You know what's funny? But I told him, I said, yeah, but you don't understand what happened. I had a deal for one, an awesome one, and I traded my other one, and then the guy backed out. He doesn't care. He doesn't want to hear it. He's like, I don't care. Get another one.
Yeah, come on.
He's not interested in the facts. Of what happened. He just demands another one.
The past is the past, right?
Yeah.
You got to move on.
I told him they went up like $3,000 the week after I sold them. He said yesterday's price is not today's price.
Right.
That's right.
So that's what Cap keeps telling me.
Damn right.
The fuck? You ever have a fucking watch that just will not work with you?
Yep.
I've been trying to get this fucking watch put in. Tell me I got it. Look at this shit. I think I got it. Live on the air, baby. Nope. I cannot get this fucking thing to line up.
What are you talking about? Line up the bezel?
I'm trying to put a bracelet on this Seiko watch that I
Oh God,
made.
I hate doing that.
And you have to use the tool that, like, I have the Horifix one, but it looks like the Bergeron tool where, like, you squeeze both at once. You need that one to do it, but it's curved, and it fits. If I use a thin pin, it'll work, but it's flubbing around all over the place. And when I use the thick one, it won't line up.
Yep. The Seikos, most of them use that thick one to hold the bracelet still.
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking kill somebody soon. Oh. I'm not gonna actually kill somebody, but
don't do it, JJ.
But I would like it to work. Is what I'm trying to say.
No, those things are a pain in the you know what.
It's fucking pissing me off to no end here.
Captain is showing us his papers.
Oh, hold on, let me make those bigger. Cap, what do we got there?
So this you've seen this already, and I know Robert has. I know Brian has. This is just what came with. I ordered this separately off eBay for a couple of $100. This was the other accoutrement to the Sea Dweller that didn't come with mine. And it doesn't come with a lot of the older ones. But it's period correct. It's got a calendar, a Rolex calendar there. This is for 92, 93 years. It's got a large, look at the spring bar is falling out. Large extra dive link. So it came with 2 dive extensions. That's one of them. Comes with this tool in the middle there. It's a tool watch, and there's a tool in it. Spring bar, and for the so that's for the case, and then for the
little screwdriver
bracelet,
for the bracelet.
That's right. You can remove a link, blah blah blah, and then there's the Bullman table, some sort of dive table that I don't really know how to read.
Hey Cap, show me. Tell me what day of the week was March 10th, 1992.
Wednesday.
No, look on the calendar.
I thought it was a trick question. All right, what day? Go ahead.
March 10th, 1992.
March 10th.
That was a Tuesday.
I know that because that's the day my son was born.
That was a Tuesday. That, in fact, you know what?
Was
JJ,
it?
How did you know that? I thought JJ has some sort of photographic, like he knows dates and calendars.
It just came to me.
Wow, he's dead on.
Wow.
It's day 2 of the 7-day week, which would be Tuesday.
Now, if I could only get the stupid fucking pin in, I'd really be golden.
And that's
JJ's got an eidetic memory, but he can't put a pin in a watch.
Right.
I got a photographic memory and shaky hands.
Well, I got the same problem putting those damn bracelets in, except it's not just with Seiko's. I have trouble putting any bracelet in. It's terrible.
Usually I don't have a problem putting it in, but today I do.
Bubble wrap. I'll just show this on the screen. JJ, you're going to have me with bubble wrap here now.
Yeah, show us the bubble wrap. This is very exciting.
Show us the bubble wrap. Take me off.
Come off.
You guys like popping the bubbles in the bubble wrap?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I like when they're bigger, though. These are the tiny ones.
Tiny bubbles.
If we mention bubble bath, GMT might jump on.
Hey,
Nice.
hey,
Boys.
Somebody say bubble bath? Hey, boy.
Oh, my God.
You know who I haven't seen on in a while? Ari. Where's Ari been?
Good question.
I think I'm almost at the point of demanding Ari's presence. Am I allowed to do that?
Wow.
Can I demand anyone's presence?
I think you can at this point. It's been long enough where I think you can make that demand. And if he doesn't show up, you'll have to suffer the consequences. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. A little assassination, get rid of him.
Nah, I think the invasion of Canada would be on at that point.
That's
He does control the lasers, though. So
VR.
Well, we have to have some losses for the ultimate win.
Yeah.
It's funny that Mikey mentions Butcher because I was thinking about that.
I was too.
Ago,
Who's the
what
Butcher?
happened to the Butcher just
No, I was
vanished.
thinking about him Friday. I was wondering whatever happened to him. I need to message him somewhere and see if he's doing okay.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Jeremy in a while. I hope he's doing good. I think he's good. I think he just got tired of us fucking around.
Well, who would do that?
How could you get tired of us?
I don't know.
If you think about how many people have come and gone, it's really a lot.
It's a lot. Remember, I forgot his name now. Who's the guy who
Oh, fuck that guy.
Soho House? Remember the guy who was in Soho House? You met him. I think you did a deal with him, actually.
Oh, I don't know. Can you be a little more specific?
You bought cocaine off of him.
Well, I can, but I'm trying to also, not say anything that might.
Docs.
Yeah,
That might sound like a complete sentence.
Doc.
Brian.
No, I'm trying to protect his identity.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck it, dox him, Cap.
No, I can't even remember his name, so I'm not going to dox him. How the fuck can you dox someone whose name you don't even know?
Bruce Wayne. No.
And also, his username, I can't remember that either. Who the fuck was this guy?
Why don't you give me a hint in the private?
He was in. No, he was in film or TV in New York City.
Film in New York City.
Timothy Chalamet.
Television.
Timothy Wright.
Shamalama ding dong.
Right. Yeah.
Like TV
No,
in
he's
TV in
white.
New York. TV in New York City. Does that mean bum?
Law and Order.
Oh, could
Michael Strahan.
The Odd Couple.
no.
We're just gonna start rattling
Writing,
off
a
names.
writer. He's a writer.
I don't even know who the fuck that is anymore.
Yeah, well, it's been so long that I don't blame you.
Anderson Cooper.
Mr. Anderson.
Ken Tago writes Joe Biden.
Oh wait, TV in New York City. That'd be the guy that moved to Washington D.C. recently again.
Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about, Cap. Can you give me another hint?
I'm running out of hints. You did a deal with him. He wanted all of us to meet up at Soho House. This goes back a few years when there was Watches and Wonders.
Bob?
No,
knows it,
I
right?
spoke to Bob today. It's not Bob.
What about Bob?
Not Bob.
His name.
This is such a New York conversation. It's not fucking Bob. I saw Bob today.
I just spoke to Bob. Bob's fine. Bob's good.
I was
No,
gonna say Bob's not a writer, so we're good. We're not doxing him. Don't worry.
No.
Thomas Broadbent, Abe Vicota's dead, so that ain't him.
So you're saying this guy? What did he do? He wrote.
I think his name was
Oh, I know who he's talking about. Yeah,
right.
yeah. I know exactly who he's talking about. Yes. Yeah, right.
He's
Right.
gone. SLC. He's also. I mean, he's reachable. There's just a lot.
Yeah. Now I know. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah. I haven't talked to him in a while. I hope he's doing well. Shout out to Bright Blue Comet.
It's like when
Out there.
people get like fired from their job, everyone's worried about them, and then it's like, don't worry about them. Everyone who leaves here does better. You know,
Right. That's why they're not here anymore.
It's like it's like the way it's like the same thing here. If they left, they're
It's
doing
a rite
very
of passage.
winter. Yeah.
This is kind of like purgatory, and when people leave, you wonder, did they go to heaven or hell?
Either they're doing better or they're dead. Either one. It's one or the other.
Yeah, one of those two.
Or they had a heart attack. One of the other.
Yeah,
The wizard, he had like 20 heart attacks.
that can happen. Right.
All right, so we got a $2 super
How do
chat.
we
from
know he
Ruby
had a heart
Spot.
attack?
Following it up, he says, "The guy with the thing." First thing of the
You
second.
got to do the hand gesture
thing.
too.
The other,
You got to do the hand gesture.
Yeah, you know that guy over there.
Thing
with
in the
that thing.
thing. Bibbidi bobbidi.
Thing one and thing
That's
two.
Italian.
Dr. Seuss.
the other thing,
The first thing or the second thing?
big thing.
Mm.
Who's
Remember
on first?
thing one and thing two?
Thing one and thing two. What was that from? Dr. Seuss?
Dr. Seuss, yeah.
Oh man, I think I broke my tool.
That could hurt.
Damn.
Gotta stop playing with it on stream.
Make Boudreaux great again.
Oh, my Bergeron tool pin. You know, it has the pin remover and it has the poker on one side. What is the
Yeah.
poker for besides stabbing yourself in the fucking finger every time you try to use it?
Well, I mean, one thing you can use it for is on those watches, like we were talking about earlier, with the little thing in the case that you use the, most people use a toothpick for it. You can use that pin for that. You can also use that pin if you have a holes case to take off the.
Mhm.
I think
Spring
the
bar.
holes case is probably the more why that thing's there in the first place.
I found slightly thinner pins, Robert, but they're still thick. So
Yeah.
this is the last hurrah. If this don't work,
So the way
That's
I would use your Bergeron and make sure put one side in first,
you
and
can't.
then just jam that. You can't.
No, the way it is, you have to use the horror fix, the double. You have to
Oh,
get them both
man.
in. Just popped in. What up, Robert, Mitch, Cap, panel? Hello, Nerd with Swag. Nerd never says hello to
Mr.
me.
Swag.
Hey, buddy.
What's up, nerd?
Oh man, the coffee with chicory, JJ.
Oh my God, I love coffee with chicory. Come on.
I've never had that. I have coffee with Tony Ducks at 10.
What is chicory? Is that like liquor?
It's a New Orleans thing. It to me to some people it makes coffee taste stronger. To me, it makes it taste smoother.
Mm.
Oh, I got some. I bought some K cups with community coffee that's got chicory in it. And it's
good.
Yeah.
Chicory is a vegetable, isn't it?
I believe it's a root vegetable. Yeah, isn't it?
Yeah. They sell it in the produce department. I've seen chicory.
Yeah.
Chicory dickory dock. Oh, no.
AB said, don't use a toothpick. Particles of wood can get in the movement.
Yeah,
it's
all
over.
What about a golf tee?
Did you break the tool or did you break the spring bar?
Spring bar shot across the room.
Oh, crap.
Good luck finding that, depending upon where.
You got a magnet?
Yeah, not here. In my garage. In Mom's basement.
Member chat.
I'm mourning the loss of my pin here. All right, Madman. Good to see Madman. My paisan Madman says, I'll have to watch the show from the start. But what's the verdict? Sell all modern and go vintage? I'm tempted at the moment. It's a battle. We haven't gotten a true answer. It's a battle of the wills. We don't know who's going to win.
Vintage, always.
I actually like a mix of both, which I have in my collection, a mix of both.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think mix it. I would go with both. Because you know how they say that people go, let's say they start their journey with Rolex, all those charts, then they go to vintage. Oh, it's vintage, baby. Then they sell all their vintage, and then they wind up back to Rolex. I don't want to do that, so I'd rather have both. Keep modern, so I don't have to go on the merry-go-round of selling, going on one thing, all in, and going the other way. It's just a pain in the ass. But I would say this: you keep the watches that you wear, and you flick off the watches you don't.
Fair enough.
I don't know. That's my take. And you guys were talking about year. I think vintage, what they consider vintage in the watch world is less than more than a car. So a car, vintage cars are, you guys said, right? 20
or 25 years.
Yeah, 20 or 25. Like Haggerty starts insuring at
25, I think.
25, because it's 20, I think.
20.
Yeah. Because my car is 20 years old now.
Mm-hmm. So crazy, right? When I did my Mustangs, I was like, wow, these are fucking vintage. Like,
yeah, I know.
Now they're almost antiques, right?
I had a nice ride. That's what I love about it, though. See, here's my thing is kind of this, and it's the same with my car, with the sports car, as it is with watches. Like, I don't want to go too old because I still want to wear it, and I don't want it to be too beat up and jangly and like a museum piece. And I want it to age as I age. You know what I mean? Like lean into, go from neo vintage, whatever that means, to vintage while you own it. And I think also, you got a better chance of holding value or it becoming more maybe more valuable. Not as an investment, not to make money, whatever. But I think it's kind of cool as you have that piece and it ages along with you. Now all of a sudden you're looking at your watch box. It's like, oh shit, I got a couple of vintage pieces now. I think vintage in watches are about 30 years. I want to say 30.
Yeah, it's sad as we get older. I'm looking at some of this stuff and they're going, great vintage watch. I'm like, shit, that's what I wanted to buy brand new when I was in college.
Yeah,
I know.
What the hell are you talking about vintage?
Dumbass. Yeah, like why didn't I buy this instead of the watch I had?
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to say. Like, I don't know. I like the reliability of the modern, but then you like the warmth and the charm of the neo vintage or vintage piece. I think a mix is at the end of the day makes the most sense. Probably not the answer people want to hear. Like, maybe people want a definitive answer, but there is no definitive answer. This is all super subjective, man.
Yeah. No, so I really scratched the itch for my desires to have some vintage stuff with the Mickey Mouse watches, because those are all late 60s, mid 60s, and the newest ones like the early 70s that I have. And those scratch the itch for me at a price. And I don't have service on them. They're like 12 jewel manual wines, 1 jewel, simple. But then you don't have to worry about all this digging around trying to find parts and whatever.
Yeah, you if you're gonna go vintage, you have to be ready to assume a higher level of mechanical or financial frustration with repairs and the like.
Yeah. We got a super chat from Madman. He says, very sound advice. Thank you, Madman. Appreciate that. $5. And Bob says, just got here, so please excuse the question. Is a 1973 Pepsi just asking for trouble? Is vintage the minefield? I think it is. We were just looking at a 1675 from 1978. It looks like a really awesome watch. You got to buy right, maybe buy from a trusted source. But yes, definitely a minefield. It's not not the type of watch you want to buy the best deal out there. You really want to buy the seller there for sure.
No, and I mean, if you can find out the service history of that watch before you get it, I would suggest, like JJ said, get it from a trusted dealer where you can go in and see it in person and not just go by pictures on a website.
Yeah.
I think that would be the way to go when you're talking about that large an investment. Obviously, it's not as large as a new Pepsi, but it's still a large investment. So, I mean, take your time and look around, see if you can find out the service history, see if you can see it in person, and then make a decision on it. And better yet, if you can find one that's been freshly serviced before they sell it to you, that's even better, because then you don't have to worry about it for a few years.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're always going to have problems with those, for sure.
And the good thing is with some of that Rolex stuff, there's a lot of parts and stuff available.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, because even when you're going back a ways, they still made a ton of those movements back then, and they're still out there.
Yeah.
Though I think it was someone was mentioning, may have been Bubba, that Rolex will no longer or doesn't guarantee service or parts for a watch over 30 years old.
I believe you're right.
Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'd seen the same thing, Cap, and so I believe that's right. Yeah.
But the funny part is they say like, oh, these watches will outlast you, but all right. So even if you buy a brand new in 30 years, you're not going to make the parts for it. Then what do I do?
Yeah, Jen, what are they doing if they need a new movement in a 1986 something? Oh, let's see. Now she's not talking.
She got shy.
Sorry, I was muted. I don't think you're going to run into too many issues because, like, let's say you do the what is it, the 3235 movement. That's just the newer version of the 3135 movement in Rolex. So the parts are the same essentially. There are a few things that they upgraded. Like it's probably got a better mainspring in it for one, which just means you could swap that out and put a better mainspring in an older watch. But like a lot of their models, the movements are just an iteration. So a lot of those parts are going to carry over. That's probably why they say they won't make parts for a watch that's 30 years old. Like they don't need to. They have a new part that is far better and better constructed. So
yeah, true.
So what they're saying is send it to them.
Yeah.
Because they won't sell the parts out to individual watchmakers anymore.
You have to have an account with them, which is really hard to do.
Yeah, but you could find those people that have accounts.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what the person who serviced my watch told me, that he had an account.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's people that have
but who
carried
knows?
over from before where they started moving into really
Yeah.
being heavy in
I mean, I'm at the point.
retail.
Yeah, I'm at the point though, Jen, where I'm so jaded. Like they could show me like the computer with the Rolex on
Oh,
it,
I know, right?
ordering parts. I'm like, I don't look. You could service the watch, but I don't believe anything that you're telling me right now. I'm just taking it on blind faith. I know you're showing me the Rolex on your computer, whatever. It could be a link to some Chinese website. Shout out to China.
It's pronounced Gina, okay?
That's right. Let's not. We're not getting. We don't.
Gina. That's a movie.
He's getting political, JJ. I don't know. I don't know what's
Gina.
happening over here.
It's Gina, cat.
That's on the other channel. That's in the deep dark web, the satellite channel.
The deep dark web.
Well, I guess my question is, I've never been there, but is it all pink?
It's Gina. What movie is that? Fuck,
I don't
why
know.
Pull it up. When they're speed dating, and remember she has the name tag, it says Gina. And he says, "Hi, Gina," and she goes, "It's Gina." She's like, somebody's got to know that movie.
Like,
Oh my god!
I have
an Igor.
Here's one for you that was on yesterday's satellite Rogue channel. I've got a trig midterm tomorrow, and I'm being chased by Guido the Killer Pimp.
Yeah.
Back to school.
Risky business.
Oh, risky business.
Risky business. Yes.
And it was a 928. I was right. My first thought was a 928 S4. I loved that car then, but now I would never buy that in a million years.
No. I always grew up wanting a 944.
I like the 944. Not now, but then.
No, it was a great looking Volkswagen.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever buy a 928. Ever. I'm begging you not to. They are a hot mess.
I wouldn't do it, but you know what? I think the 929s, though, I got to look what those look like. I forgot what those look like. 929.
Most of those, you're going to end up upside down trying to get them back up and running. Like, there's no way you come out of that above. Like, they're not worth enough to work on them like the 911 is.
Hey, man, I got a Porsche.
Unless you rip it, rip out the. I've seen people that have ripped out the engines and put an electric motor in them.
That's way so far beyond my capability.
You just pay somebody to do it.
Not even.
Cap, all your capabilities got to be is you go down to the.
Can you sign a check? Swipe a card?
Yeah. You call a tow truck and
my days of putting an electric motor. What did you even say? I don't even know what that is.
You put an electric motor in a 928. No, like a Tesla. Tesla sells their kit, and you can put those in.
Someone Tesla who's selling it for political reasons at half off.
You could.
Or is that a thing anymore? Or is
I don't. I think so.
Anyway, no, I like I enjoyed driving my car today. I had a nice little ride until the Popo was right behind me though on a local road.
Uh-oh.
I gotta check.
How did this happen?
I'll be right back. 1 second.
I'm looking in the rearview mirror, and when you're trying to, I don't even know the speed limit, so I'm going. But I don't want to go too slow either. And this guy's tailing me, and I'm like,
I hate when they do
just
that.
looking for a reason, man. He's right on me. I'm like, I'm at 35, and I'm staying right fucking here, you motherfucker.
You're like, dude, it's my Sunday drive. Leave me alone.
Yeah. I know. But that's what he's thinking. He's thinking, this son of a bitch is in my town, coming from God knows where, and he's running my plates as he's driving, as he's tailing me.
You and I'm say, like, hey, dummy, it's the beginning of the month, not the end of the month.
I'm just taking this bad boy for a joyride. Leave me alone. Yep. I'm getting my revs up.
Mm-hmm.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, when that happens to me, I set the cruise control on whatever the speed limit is.
Yeah, well, I didn't know the speed limit though at the time. Like
Yeah.
I really didn't, because they changed, 35, then 40. I wasn't on a major, a highway or anything like that. I was, but then I got off. So could have been 40, could have been 45, could have been 35. So yeah, I know he was, Thomas. But he gave up. He gave up. I win.
Cat flipped him the bird as he passed him.
I have a PBA card from somebody actually in this community. It was a very generous soul, and he bestowed on me a get out of jail free card. Well, maybe not, but anyway. Yes, the bird wing. What was I wearing? Oh, I was wearing the Sea Dweller.
No, that's a good cruising watch.
Yeah. Well, it's the honeymoon phase. I like wearing. It's not a driver's watch, but
well,
could pull out the tag. I heard that. I didn't watch this yet, but did Adrian Barker did a Tag Heuer video? It popped up.
Yeah.
On my feed, it says Tag. It's right here in the corner here from my Google Chrome.
I'll have to look at it. I haven't seen that one yet.
It says
I saw his last Tudor video, but I haven't seen the Tag Heuer one.
So yeah, the caption says Tag got this watch wrong. Now let me see what.
It's the Formula One that they did.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, we all know that. They got the price wrong. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. Okay.
They got greedy.
Yeah, $1,900 for that watch. Come on, give me a break.
You can get a mechanical version for half the price or less.
Well, and you can get the regular Formula One, not the new reissued one, but you can get a regular modern Formula One for $1,500.
Yeah,
with the same kind of quartz movement in it. Come on.
So my guy at Tag showed me they have the white one with the white, and what is the Tag Heuer with the green and what is that, red?
Is it green and red or green and yeah, you're right, green and red. And then you talking about the white with the black, the metal one with the white with the black metal one?
So I got the white with the black metal one with the Tag Heuer branding on the front. Well, the green and red Tag Heuer symbol.
Yep.
So he had that one, and then he had the blue one.
Okay.
Yeah, on the metal. It's tough between those two because they're both on the bracelet. I like them both.
Well, wait about a year or two, and you can get them both for about $500 off.
Yeah. I like the blue. The blue really sparkles in the light. I'm looking at a video of it. Oh, hold on. Let me show you guys if you can see it.
Yeah, that's nice. The blue with the... Is the bezel blue too, or is it black? Yeah, it's blue. Okay.
Blue.
Yeah, and I like the bracelet on that too. That's not bad.
Mm-hmm. Is it comfortable?
I don't know. It's on his hand.
Okay, I didn't know if you went in and tried it on.
No, not yet, because I know if I do, I'll buy one.
Yeah, you got to wait on that. I can't see spending $1,900 on that watch. I really can't.
And this is the.
Yeah, I like that one too, with the is it kind of a red, deep, rather light red, orangish color there.
Yeah, I actually think I might prefer this one. I like them both.
That's a good one.
It's hard to say because blue is, I don't know. Blue is nice too, though.
Yeah, I don't know which one I would go for. Well, neither one at that price, but I don't know which one I would try to get if I was going to get one new. Let's say
that they were just going to give you one. So we take price out of the equation.
I already have a blue aqua racer, so I'd probably take the white. The blue aqua racer, by the way, that I paid almost $1,000 less than what they're charging for that watch.
Oh my gosh.
Anyone else? Mitch, do you have a preference or?
I wouldn't. I'm like Robert. I wouldn't spend that kind of money. But the white one, I think, is a little bit more pop. As far as that.
Yeah, the blue would look really nice in the sun, but yeah, I would probably get the white just because of, the two Tag Heuers I have. One is a black dial, one is the blue dial, so the white would make more sense.
Oh, look at this. So Vimal's saying that the brand new one on Chrono is 1400.
1400. There you go.
Wow, they're already leaking onto Chrono at a discount.
So apparently you don't have to wait a year to save $500. There you go.
You only got to wait about a week.
Yeah, really.
The watch market's going to be in shambles, I think, man.
Every morning I look in my pool to see if it's floating in there face down, but no.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like saying go sell everything you got, but I think if you're patient, you're going to be getting a lot of good deals in the next year or so.
Yep.
I am thinking if I'm going to sell something, I may try selling stuff to Watchfinder because their resale their prices are freaking nuts on what they got. So.
Yeah.
So Madman would go. The white market is absolutely dead for sure.
But the prices haven't gotten really great yet.
Yeah, we need to.
Yeah, you would think that we'd see some dealers, gray dealers going belly up, some bankruptcy filings, some of these brands, some of these indies folding. We can't make it. Some mergers. I haven't seen any of that.
I think it's about on the brand side, on manufacturing, I think it's about a 2-year delay before they really realize it. The gray guys, they'll just disappear and wander off.
Yeah, and I mean the brands, most brands, with the exception of Rolex and I think Mont Blanc, actually went way down in 2024. So I know Swatch Group lost a lot. Richemont lost a lot of their group, as far as money goes. Lost.
Yeah,
I mean they still made money, but the profit margin was way down for all of those groups.
Yeah, they all raise prices way too high, too quick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the problem is they still are, so they haven't learned from their mistake.
Well, and Richemont was so stupid in pulling away from the multi-brand ADs and jewelry stores and going with this boutique model because that just screwed them in the pooch. They don't have any real marquee brands except for Cartier that can hold their own store.
I mean, yeah, Rolex acquiring Bucherer, they're going to get all that profit margin now that Bucherer, now that they own them. So they're going to make money there.
Well, and they're still selling a bunch of watches too. A lot of these brands if you look at the sales numbers, they were way down on a lot of the Swatch Group brands, the Richemont brands, even LVMH brands. All of them were way down as far as sales numbers. And Rolex was still going up, selling everything they had.
Yeah. And Swatch lost the Moon Swatch hype. Has vanished, right? It's disappeared.
Yeah.
So those sales, which really boosted their numbers for a couple of quarters, if not more.
Actually, almost 2 years. They were
evaporated. Yeah, they were living off that. That was a nice win for them. Now it's back to reality.
And they buried the ADs with, 800,000 watches. They shipped over here everything that they could find, and it's going to be hard to move all that in one market.
Yeah, VC is taking a big hit.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing too about VC. One of the brands that went all, they killed all their ADs off and went all boutique. So
yeah,
and they just don't have many boutiques in the U.S.
all boutique all the time.
Yeah, they pulled out of Mayer's here, yeah, which is Watches of Switzerland, but so you can still get it indirectly, but they pulled their stuff out. And there's no Vacheron in the area.
Yeah.
There's no JLC in the area.
Well, it's possible now to get it. For years there was no way to get a VC here. Now there is. It's not through a boutique, but there is a store here that has the VC boutique in Houston, so you can get it through them. But I mean, still, it's difficult to get. Kurt says we don't have VC anymore, but I thought you could order it through the one that has the store in Houston too.
Yeah, you said you have the back door.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, there you go.
You mentioned backdoor, and GMT will hop on. Go ahead.
There you go.
Hey, boys.
Hey, boys. Come and get it.
Good. I miss Mr. GMT.
And yes, I agree, Kurt. It's dumb.
Outside of FP Journe, which is kind of an outliner. Which independent brand would you say is like number one after FP Journe in terms of
Richard Mille's before them?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Richard Mille. All right, outside of Richard Mille and outside of
Rolex.
No,
they're an independent.
I know, I'm talking niche. I'm talking less than what, 10,000 watches or something like that, or even less, like 5,000.
I don't know. Would Moser fit into that category?
Moser would fit. It would be Moser, MB&F, Urwerk.
Grubel's still doing well, I think.
Grubel. I'm gonna hold on. Let me get the rest of the name.
Carry Voutilainen. You got
Debatoon.
Debatoon is doing well.
Well, their auctions were shit. Their auctions didn't do that well.
Zeppi's doing well.
Singapore.
I'm seeing Debatoon prices coming down.
Yeah, I heard something, a little rumor, a little whisper about Grubel. I don't know where I heard it from. If it was credible or not. Can't remember. Where they were saying that Grubel may not be doing as well. Oh, Chapek. Yeah, Chapek's another one.
Yeah. I would love to see Chapek do some complications in the Antarctique.
But which one? So out of the ones we just mentioned, all those include Grubel, Chapek, all of them. Which one is your goat? It would be, do you think, is the safest brand, I guess, in terms of being around in 10, 20, 30 years and being, somewhat holding value better than the others? Which one does the best? Which one would be the most successful, you think, in the future? If you could,
I would agree with Kurt. It'd be Moser. Because I mean, they're also investing in, like they've got an F1 partnership. They're investing in marketing. They're really trying to get their name out there. I think in the long run, that shows a commitment to the brand and growing the brand.
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. I would definitely agree with Kurt on that. I also agree that a great independent brand is Daniel Wellington.
Speaking of backdoor,
I would say,
Mr. GMT.
Beef Wellington's cousin.
Yeah, that's right. Daniel Beef Wellington.
I think Moser's a good choice, but I think MB&F might have the best chance. Not that they all probably and hopefully will survive. But which ones will thrive? So Moser would be.
I think Journe.
No, they were. I said Journe and Richard Mille are not, like, they already made it, right?
Oh, they don't count. All right,
they're already there. Like, I'm putting Journe up. Like,
what about like Regepi? You don't think he's gonna stay on top?
I'm kind of eliminating like individual people, like him.
What about his conglomerate?
Piece unique stuff like Carry Voutilainen makes one piece a year. Like, I'm not counting that type of person.
MB&F or Moser are definitely.
Yeah.
Bloomfeld, he's been doing well. I don't know what the most recent report.
Yeah, and Gronenfeld came out with that lower entry.
Yeah, which I still don't think was a great move, but
I think I think the one thing that Moser's done that's interesting is I think they've got a younger customer base than a lot of these other brands. I think it just skews a little younger, so they've got more longevity out of their customer base right now.
Yeah, at all those, I would have to go MBNF first, though. I think that just have more chops. Not that Moser doesn't, but higher end.
Moser has some watches at a somewhat more accessible price point than a lot of these other brands that we're talking about.
And I think the other one that's going to be interesting is, for me, just to watch it, is Parmigiani, because they make their nut on making parts and pieces for other people. And so their watch business is kind of a hobby, and they can just sit there and throw money at it as long as the other part of the business is making money.
What about GO? Are they considered independent?
Swatch Group shitter.
Swatch Group.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you mentioned nut, I thought that GMT would certainly jump on.
Oh, so Vimal says Regepi is part of LVMH now. We'll get consolidated to LV. Well, I don't know about the second part, but possibly. MBNF is part of Chanel now. I think that only helps Chanel. I mean,
well, so FP Journe's got Chanel money in him.
Right. I was going to say that.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Yeah,
Purchasing
a Satori Biard is not the smartest purchase. That's for sure.
Yeah,
that's a nice watch.
As I've recounted, I've had a very positive experience with Sartori Biard.
Yeah. Well, Bob has a really nice watch. I think he just means like to resell it.
I'm not sure. Well, Hermes and LV are part of Hermes and LV. So are they independent?
No. But I do agree with his premise that Hermes is certainly a growing brand as far as watches go.
Yeah.
And they're making some really, really nice stuff. The HO1 is a terrific watch.
Yeah, it's a great watch. LV. I like the Tambour, the one that Doc in Florida got.
A Doc in his watch.
It's not Doc. It's a Doc in his watch. Yeah, I mixed up the two Docs.
Yeah, what's up, Doc? Remember that one? Burping Heart says GMT is edging.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
I think John Galt's got an interesting one, and Laurent Ferrier is kind of doing his own thing and just not paying attention to what anybody else does and doesn't give a fuck and is happy.
I never liked that brand. I never liked his watches. I find them very boring. I don't know. People love them, and you're supposed to say how great he is, but I find his watches extremely boring.
Says the man wearing a no-date sub.
Well, that's meant to be boring.
I'm just teasing you, man. I'm just messing with you.
I think that one's meant to be boring. Seriously, it's a plain watch. I don't know. Marco had that one. I just didn't like it. I thought it was so boring. I hated that watch. GMT. Speaking of boring.
Hey.
Yeah, he had.
What's going on, boys? Listen. These guys are edging me on, and he's driving me up the wall with all these innuendos, however you say that fucking stupid word. Anyway, I don't know what you're trying to prove, but it's not working because what you're talking about ain't making sense. Does that make sense? No. What's going on, boys?
Which part?
Everything.
The first
especially
thing
your part, Jack. The second thing. What's going on? What's happening? Everyone doing well?
It sounds like you're at work with the vibrator, so I must be good for you.
Stick a connection at GMT.
I was wondering if you could notice my vibrator.
I always notice that GMT, yes.
Fantastic. I got my job. What's going on? You guys is very mellow tonight. It's like you've had a couple of joints. And,
It's Sunday Mellow Day.
That's right.
Hey, it's been a good show so far. Well done. Been enjoying it.
Oh, thanks.
I just thought I'd quickly jump on and just say a quick hello and probably
Why
shoot off again.
quickly? Why not stay a while?
I don't have the time, to be honest. I'm always working. You know how it is. I don't want to interfere.
Yeah, we don't want you to interfere either. That's a good idea.
I know. Yeah, that's a good idea. See, I knew we'll come to an agreement one way or another.
We see eye to eye on this one.
Definitely. Thank you, Charlie, we're talking about.
So is it fair to say Birmingham was right that you're edging?
Edging. It was right on. Birmingham knows me. Knows me very well.
Experience, right?
From experience. What's your favorite diver? That's what I want. I want to know everyone's favorite diver. That's why I jumped on.
Favorite diver we own or favorite diver period?
Period.
Well, mine, of course, is the Omega Seamaster. Black dial, black bezel.
300?
Date version, all ceramic. Thank you very much.
The 300. The 300 series, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And I know Jojo. Jojo's is the sub. Right, Jojo?
And you probably know what Captain Subbies is.
It's a Planet Ocean.
Right. It's the Breitling
Super Ocean. Yeah.
My favorite diver is the Blancpain No Rad. 40 mil, limited edition.
That's a good choice.
You know the most important question is why is it your favorite diver?
I don't know. I just like
What
the way it looks.
what do you like? Yeah, the way it looks.
Yeah, I
The
like the
way
way
it
it
feels on
looks.
the wrist.
I never had it on the wrist.
You never had it on the wrist?
Mm-mm.
So how do you know it'll be your favorite diver? You might chuck it on and say, fuck, this is shit.
Well, it's a fantasy. I don't know. Could be wrong.
True, true.
I love that No Rad. I don't know. I just love it.
Love it.
I'm going to agree. Blancpain 50 fathoms.
You're right on, Cat.
Right?
You never miss a beat. You never miss a beat.
How can it not be? I mean, that's
Exactly.
the end all dive watches. The Blancpain 50 fathoms. Now it's a sub. It's a Submariner. But the Sea Dweller is coming on strong.
Yeah, but the Sunday is you. I don't think the Sea Dweller.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, and if you go back to what we were talking about earlier on the 1665, what's cool about the double red, and I've just learned about this by looking at the words, is it says Sea Dweller on top and Submariner, I think Submariner 2000 right underneath it. So it's
which one? Sorry, which model is this? Which Sea Dweller is this?
The first one, the 1665 double red.
Okay. All right. I didn't know that. There's something I just
because they took a sub and basically, I think it was C Lab was doing, you know, saturation diving, and they commissioned Rolex and they worked with them to come up with this Sea Dweller. So it evolved from the sub, which makes it cool.
Well, you can actually see resemblance, obviously, right? It looks like a chunkier monkey.
That's what it is. Yeah, with the helium escape valve.
Yeah. Interesting.
Next.
Jen?
Probably the Omega Great White.
The Seamaster.
Yeah, throw that in. Throw that on a red strap. Good to go.
Good choice. It's a nice watch.
I had that on a red strap actually.
See that monster you like.
There's a picture on my Instagram of it.
Right.
Yeah.
How long did you have that? 5 minutes? 10
No, I had that a couple months. I lasted a while.
So yeah, in watch time, 5 minutes.
Yes.
The wart, man. I couldn't do the wart.
Well, that's the planet
I'm
ocean.
Mine's
I
smart.
think I'm gonna buy a Panerai.
Yeah, buy one.
It goes against my
It's an investment.
it goes against my precious metals theory.
So we haven't gotten to Mitch.
Yep. I'm a big 50 Fathoms fan. That's clearly
nice
the 50 Fathoms on the Bathyscaphe, which is another blowdown variant.
Man, I just wish they weren't so freaking expensive. I think they could really make a run at a market if they would just lower the price. It's a fantastic watch.
Yeah. That leads us to the pipe.
So you reckon that outpriced themselves with that?
Yeah, I don't care about dive watches.
He only cares about Pateks.
But if you had to pick one.
Sorry, but what did you just get recently? Isn't that a driver nice one? Isn't it? Sports watch.
If I had to buy one, really, it'd be the left-hand drive Pelagos. Because I'm a lefty and I don't give a shit.
That's a good choice. It's a very nice looking watch.
Yeah.
And I'd get the one that was in the rare serial codes where the lume was two different colors because they screwed up on the dial.
Could you like something that's different or something that looks retarded?
I'd rather just swim with my GMT Master 2s. Still gets 100 meters. I'm not going that deep anyway.
I got a question for you, Mr. GMT.
Definitely.
How long does it take you to whip up a batch of fresh homemade tzatziki sauce?
Depends on the quantity.
Depends what you're watching. We got a member chat from Liberty Spot. Do you think it would be a lateral move from the Sky Dweller Oyster two-tone yellow gold into a yellow gold bluesy 41? You talking about a two-tone bluesy? A two-tone would probably be more lateral, right?
Do you think it would be a lateral from a Sky Dweller on Oyster to a two-tone?
Oh, two-tone Oyster, two-tone yellow.
I don't think either one is a lateral move. I think if you're talking solid gold bluesy, that's an upgrade.
Yeah.
If you're talking two-tone bluesy, it's a downgrade.
Yeah.
I don't think either one is lateral.
Yeah, I think he's talking just the solid yellow gold bluesy 41, which is, oh man, that's gorgeous watch. Yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, I agree with JJ. That's definitely an upgrade. Not necessarily an upgrade in function, but I think an upgrade in long-term price stability.
Yeah.
It's just a nice watch too, man. Blue,
Yeah,
you can't go wrong with a solid gold blue dial Submariner.
Yeah, and I think the yellow gold bluesy is a lot more wearable than the Sky Dweller.
He's saying both are two-tone. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say if you have the Sky Dweller, you should be getting money back on that deal.
Yeah.
I actually prefer the bluesy. Just my opinion. I don't really like the two-tone Sky Dwellers, but
what color dials the two-tone Sky Dweller come in?
Champagne and white. Yeah.
Yeah, white, black, and champagne.
Yeah, even the two-tone bluesy's an upgrade on that. I would rather have the.
I'd rather have the bluesy, yeah, for sure.
I would third that motion.
But if you already have the Sky Dweller, that's worth more, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's two-tone to two-tone, yeah, because the Sky Dweller is a much more expensive watch to begin with.
Oh, he just said both are two-tone.
Right.
Yeah. So if they're both two-tone, then yeah, Sky Dweller is worth more.
He says the Sky Dweller is in white dial.
White dial two-tone to a bluesy. I'm going to say it's an upgrade.
I'd rather have the bluesy, but
Yeah.
price wise, it's not an up.
Yeah.
You should
Right.
be getting.
No, it
more
is
than
because you get cash back.
that. Right, not much, but you'll get
Money in
some.
your pocket.
I don't think you're going to get cash back off of a two-tone sky dweller.
Not if you trade it into a dealer, because they're going to trade you wholesale for retail.
I don't think.
Well, what does a 41 go for? What, like 17 grand? I would say 16, 17, something like that. I don't know what the sky dwellers go for. I don't follow those at all. So
Yeah, so you should be able to
maybe
get
it's
the
about an
Sky
even
Dweller
trade.
for 17 to 18 in good condition, or the sub for 17 to 18 in good condition.
I would say 16 to 17, but yeah, something like that.
Then you got to walk in and ask them, all right, how much is that $12,000 watch? Yeah, the Sky Dweller is going to be right about the same price. Maybe $100 higher. They're not really that far apart.
So it's really, which one do you prefer? That's what it comes down to. Which one do you like?
Well, he already has the white dial sky dweller.
Right. But he's thinking about making a move. I'd get the bluesy.
Yeah, I mean, I really love that Sky Dweller. And if I had it, I think long and hard about getting rid of it. But the bluesy's a gorgeous watch. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I like the bluesy. Like, I'd buy the bluesy before that, but if I already had that, I don't know if I'd give it up. Never gonna give you up.
Rick Ashley, baby.
I mean, if you're using the functionality of it with the annual calendar, and then you have the two time function.
Well, gang, I'm gonna take off.
Have a good one, Mitch. We'll see you Tuesday.
I'm having some oral surgery done on Tuesday, so we'll have to play it by ear.
Oh well.
Good luck with that, my friend.
Yeah.
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay.
If you're still under the influence of anesthetic, we want you on Tuesday.
Yeah, well, you know.
Absolutely.
Have a good one, man. Yeah.
Tell them to give you some extra gas on your way out.
Yeah. Take it easy.
Have a good one, man.
For some reason, Tuesday nights turned into the only night I like to drink.
Oh, well, you know.
Numb the pain.
Speaking of numbing the pain, I think I'm going to wrap this show up right around here. I think we had a good night. I'm going to quit while we're ahead. Appreciate everyone for coming on. It's been a fun show. And that's that. We're going to wrap it up. Guys, tune back in on Tuesday night where this gentleman right here will be taking you through the highs, the lows, and everywhere in between of watch collecting.
I think we're talking about integrated bracelets, among other things, on Tuesday night.
Oh, Sky Dweller time.
I heard in the grapevine that there's a cap corner happening on the Watch Hangout. Cap corner.
Talking integrated bracelets in a relaxed format.
That's right.
Cap corner. I don't know. Maybe I offered Cap the keys, but you know he plays hard to get. He's coy. So,
Can we play copyrighted content on YouTube?
Nah, that's just on mine. That's just on Mr. Jim T-shirt.
I know. Well, that's why I asked the question. Like that's really what's holding us back here. We're in negotiation, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to get with my attorneys to get back to you on that. I have to see.
I think here's my theory, and I know you're wrapping up, but if it's on YouTube, it's fair use. Now I know this is not legal advice. It's there's a lot of pirated stuff on YouTube, but I rely on YouTube to police the content. And so if it's there, let them do their job, their diligence. They're worth trillions of dollars.
I'll definitely support the cap corner.
We can use it. It's the Cap and GMT show, but you don't have to show up.
Oh, there you go. I would say as long as you're not playing music.
No. Well, if it's a movie clip or something like that, would that qualify?
You can do commentary over it.
Right. If you do commentary and you don't play like a full movie because they'll shut it down after like 5 minutes.
What kind of show would that be if I just played the movie?
Well, people have tried that before, and after like 5 minutes in, it just shuts off.
Plastic did it. It was so funny. We played the Wanderers. It fucking shut down the dungeon.
I would never do that, JJ.
Yeah.
You have to press pause. You have to talk over.
I just
you know
don't want to kill the channel. I mean, you've worked hard to build it, so
that's all right. It's tough. It's tough to kill. It doesn't die too easily. Speaking of dying too easily, I'm getting out of here. All right, folks. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. If you like today's show, please upvote on the way out. We do appreciate if you leave comments as well. Helps push us out to the algorithm. And don't forget, most important of all, wear your watches and be nice to your friends. Peace out.
Come and get it! 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 You won't regret it in 2022 at Tip Top Snack Bar! Whoa!